From Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino, overlooking the world-famous Atlantic City beach and boardwalk, it's the annual Miss America Pageant Parade. This is Tom Williams along with Barbara Wright. As you see, there's some strollers on the beach as the parade featuring the 51 young women who are competing for the title of Miss America 1988-89, and many other special attractions in the parade. Always some great floats, Barbara, and of course, I guess very early in the parade, we'll see the real star of the show, Miss America, Kaylani Rafko.
Yes, Kaylani will be there on her float, the official Miss America float. It's a thrill for Miss America to come back and ride down the boardwalk in her own float after riding in a convertible, being one of the 51 contestants vying for the title. Now she has her own throne to ride upon.
Exactly. This is the Atlantic City Police Department motorcycle escort passing Trump Plaza. They're under the direction of Sergeant William Tomlinson. They like their sirens.
So wake you up.
Yes, they
will.
Get
everything started.
They're followed immediately by the 177th Fighter Interceptor Group, New Jersey Air National Guard Honor Guard, under the direction of Master Sergeant Jim O'Byrne, the Honor Guard coordinator.
The 12th year that they've led the Miss America Parade, Tom.
I guess National Guard has become a presidential campaign issue, too, so they've been in the news a lot. Not the specific group.
Most directly.
They are followed. You can probably hear now the 389th Army Band from Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, under the direction of Thomas N. Altringer. There they are.
Sounding good.
The 389th year-round performances are highlighted by mini tours covering the northeastern United States. And I think they're probably a little bit more on their toes tonight because their commanding general, Major General Billy M. Thomas, and his party are in Atlantic City to watch the parade and their band.
You know, Tom, it's been a secret who the Grand Marshal was going to be this year.
We're going to find out next, aren't we?
We sure are.
But right now, let's listen to the 389th Army Band as they pass Trump Plaza. Well received, the 389th Army Band from Fort Monmouth, New Jersey. You can see some of the people that are lining the boardwalk in Atlantic City. A beautiful evening, late afternoon, early evening for the parade, and the Grand Marshal is approaching. And let me just say this before you give out the identity. Probably never in the history of the parade has there been anybody more deserving of the title of Grand Marshal of the Miss America Parade.
Yes, the Grand Marshal of this year's Miss America Parade is Mr. Albert Marks, and he is seated in the back seat of the car with his wife, Mary Kay. He has been active
37 years, is it?
37 years.
He's been involved and helped build the pageant to what it is in 1988. Certainly Leonard Horn has made his presence felt as the new chief operating officer, but he'll be the first to tell you that he's just building on what Al Marks already put in place.
It's true. He is a fine leader and really has, set a lot of standards for the pageant.
The host band, each and every year, the Atlantic City High School Band, and in recent years, under the direction of Joseph C. Brown, Jr., they have become a very interesting and entertaining band to watch. Many of you have seen them at half times of some of the high school football games when they put on a good show, and they're going to do one, I'm sure, as they go down the boardwalk in this parade.
It takes a lot to put together a band. It's a lot of coordination with not only the director, but his assistants and the person that works with the pom-poms, the flags, the drill team. It's a major coordination. And they look really fine.
And I'm sure, like sports teams in high schools, it's better off it starts in the grade schools. Get them playing the instruments and maybe even learning some of the marching routines at that time. They even have on their banner, which they take with them all over the country, Atlantic City, New Jersey, home of the Miss America pageant, as you can see. So they boast of the pageant wherever they go with this marching band.
That is a really nice touch. Atlantic City is known for a lot of things, but I think the most famous of them all is the Miss America pageant. It's a legend.
Well, here they come, the Atlantic City High School Marching Band under the direction of Joseph C. Brown, Jr. Let's listen. City High School Marching Band under the direction of Joseph C. Brown, Jr. And here comes the City of Atlantic City float.
Looks like a lifeguard and probably Miss Atlantic City there in the front, huh?
I think it's Miss Atlantic City on the back. And maybe a beach patrol queen on the front. And done up in gold. A lot of flags there. I guess the City of Atlantic City flag and the American flag.
State of New Jersey, maybe?
First float in our parade, but there will be many more.
Yeah, sure. I was down there earlier this afternoon looking at the floats, Tom, and there are some striking floats this year. Should be a good competition for these float builders.
There, I think you can see Wendy Levy with the banner.
Miss Atlantic City.
Miss Atlantic City,
yeah.
Graduate of Atlantic City High School, so it may mean a little something extra special to her to have the Atlantic City High School marching band in front of her.
And that must be the best-looking lifeguard on the
I don't know about the
Atlantic City
lifeguard,
Beach Patrol.
but that's the queen of the beach patrol, I guess.
That's great.
They're up in the air, aren't they?
Yeah.
Getting a different view of the boardwalk probably than they've ever had.
It's a nice feeling having people wave to you and tell you how lovely you look riding atop the float.
And if the name Wendy Levy sounds familiar, she's a sophomore at the University of Delaware, but she was formerly a very good high school basketball player at Atlantic City High School. And those of you who watch high school sports on Channel 2 may have actually seen her hit a few free throws along the way or something. Now she's riding in the Miss America parade. And right behind her
is the mayor of Atlantic City, Mayor James Esri, and his lovely wife, riding in a gorgeous Rolls Royce.
Yeah, I think they borrowed our director Bob Lund's car for the parade.
Probably. We've seen Bob drive around town in that.
I think the mayor had automobile problems last year. Certainly some of the city officials did, I remember, but
it looks like he's under control
he's
this year.
He's under control this year, yeah. They probably test drove it a couple times.
Take it for a spin on the boards.
Well, she's trying to find out what's next.
Yeah, she's looking for the name of Miss Alabama, I think, so she can greet her when she comes.
That's one of the good things about selling the books in advance, the souvenir magazines that they sell here at Atlantic City. They've been on sale for a couple of weeks, and people buy them on the boardwalk. They don't wait until they go to the pageant at night, and as you said, the girl comes by, and instead of saying, hey, Miss Alabama, they say, hey, Jenny, and it means that much more to her.
Sure, it does.
A lot of the contestants have told me that. They were really surprised as they rode down the boardwalk that people knew their names.
Sure, it's a nice thing to greet someone by their proper name instead of giving their title.
They certainly will not accuse the mayor's car of speeding.
Definitely not.
He's moving very deliberately.
The mayor is saying hello to all his fellow Atlantic Cityans and all his visitors to his fine city.
Mayor himself, we mentioned Wendy Levy. He was a very fine athlete. In fact, I remember doing a show many years ago when Pop Lloyd was installed in baseball's Hall of Fame. And he made the accepting speech at the time he was assistant superintendent of schools, I think.
I got that.
So he's been very involved in sports as well. And behind them, on a tram provided by Resorts International, we have members of the Atlantic City Council. I don't know if we'll get to see them individually, but it includes, we believe, Walter Collette, Gene Dorn, Father Earl S. Pierce, Louise Palminteri, James Sykes, Seth Grossman, Arnold Orsatti Jr., and James Whalen. They've had some exciting meetings, and so hopefully they're just relaxing and enjoying the parade.
Really? The trams were not running today on the boardwalk because they had the bleachers all set up. When I came in this afternoon, just the rolling chairs were moving up and down the boardwalk. So this is the only tram you'll see on the boardwalk today.
And it's carrying some important officials, the Atlantic City Council.
So the movers and shakers of Atlantic City.
I guess that's right.
The ones that make the rules. Looks like their family members are there too, Tom. That's nice.
That's right. Enjoy the parade. A lot of room too.
Yeah, well, I could have been there. Do a moving commentary on the parade.
That would be different. Do commentary on the people watching the parade. Here's the honor band. The honor band is the winner, the first place winner in last year's parade, and that's the Mount Hebron High School Marching Band from Ellicott City, Maryland. And in fact, they're going to, here comes a prelude to their march. There she is, Miss America. Let's listen.
That's a great touch. Gives me the chills.
Yeah. I guess if anybody's going to play it, it should be the honor band, because just a half a block behind them is the woman herself. But let's listen to a little more of the Mount Hebron High School Marching Band from Ellicott City, Maryland, last year's winner. If this year is like last year, and maybe the last 2 years, there will be quite a few bands from Maryland. It seems to me that there were more bands from Maryland than any other state over the last couple of years. I don't know whether there are more bands in Maryland or whether they just like to visit Atlantic City.
Maryland is a big band competition state. And right now you're looking at the Davie Police Honor Guard from Davie, Florida. And this unit has been traditionally the honor guard for Miss America.
They have a new commander this year, Officer Bill Coyne. And right behind them, the star of the show.
It's unique. She didn't want to give up her title.
No, well, she's also unhappy because she's had a week less.
Yeah, that's right.
Last year it was the third weekend in September. This year it's the second weekend because of the Olympics primarily and NBC's commitment to the Olympics. So Kaylani says, hey, I only got 51 weeks. You owe me. She certainly has been an outstanding representative of the Miss America pageant throughout the year.
She sure has. She's been a tremendous spokesperson for the Miss America pageant system and also for her own self-desires, for her hospice care, to promote nursing, throughout the United States. She looks beautiful.
And she looks warm.
Yeah.
So many times it's a cold night, and it's getting a little cooler now, but she certainly looks like she's prepared for that.
She sure does. It's a beautiful float with the Miss America crown resting on that red velvet pillow.
Designed by Turner Displays under the direction of Sheldon Fish. They're located right over in Ocean City.
Kaylani will be crowning the new Miss America Saturday night.
Yes, she will. She'll be participating in the production throughout the preliminary nights, then crowning her successor on Saturday night.
Right next door here, Convention Hall, next to Trump Plaza.
If you don't have tickets, you can watch it, of course, on NBC TV, 10 until midnight. Kaylani Ray Rapko from Michigan, Miss America 1988. Kind of lost them on the flag there for a moment, but passing our Trump Plaza location.
She's having a great time.
And next is another honor guard, and again it's from Florida.
Tell you, they know how to do it. They know who to escort, these men from Florida.
It's the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Color Guard from West Palm Beach, Florida, captained by Richard D. Grimes.
And several of the officers in this unit, Tom, were original members of the Davie police who escorted the honor guard for Miss America that we saw previously.
Sounds like they got an ongoing stand-up routine here.
Somebody's got to do it.
Tom, they're going to be escorting the 1938 Miss America, Marilyn Muskie Rogers. There she is.
And certainly Kaylani would like to look and feel as good in 50 years as Marilyn Muskie Rogers looks like she does tonight. Miss America 1938. She lives in Mount Dora, Florida with her husband Ben.
Tom, in 1938 was the first year they implemented the rules that govern the Miss America pageant as far as the pre-competitions of swimsuit, evening gown, and talent.
She performed a musical comedy dance routine. Oh, here we go. The real stars of the show are along with Kaylani, the contestants. First of all, we have Miss Alabama, Jenny Jackson.
Tom, Jenny is 5'8" and a half. And she has blonde hair and blue eyes. And she states in her resume that she's always been fascinated with people. When she was 6, her and her family traveled through Europe, and she sneaked out of her room, and her parents found her later. She was entertaining a couple of Dutch who didn't understand a word of English, and she was down there trying to converse with them. She seems very outgoing. She looks lovely with that mink hat and matching mink collar on her dress. Beautiful. And the muff.
Jenny is 21 years of age. She's from Virginia, attended Auburn University, where she's a senior, a marketing major, and while at college, she won the title of Miss Alabama.
She'll be playing the Warsaw Concerto classical piano piece in her talent portion of the Miss America program.
And right behind her is Miss Alaska, Lawana K. Midoff, 19 years old from Wasilla, Alaska.
She's one of the tallest contestants. She's 5'11". She is a piano teacher and a certified consumer interviewer.
She's a sophomore, a child psychology and music major at the University of Alaska at Anchorage. She's going to play the piano, as a matter of fact. She's going to play Bumble Boogie during the talent competition.
That always gets the audience going, Bumble Boogie.
Of course, as you're watching this parade on Salmon's Channel 2, some of these young women have already performed their talent because the preliminary competition began last night, Wednesday night, continues tonight, and tomorrow night in Convention Hall before the nationally televised finals on Saturday. Miss Alaska, Lawana K. Midoff. Right behind her is the America Stars drill team. These marchers range in age from 5 to 15 years of age. They're from Hughesville, Pennsylvania, instructed by Ms. Linda Bartrow. The members for this team, Tom, they earn all their monies for uniforms and equipment. So I guess they go out and do a lot of fundraising drives and things like that. They've won over 100 trophies and awards and parades and competitions. And will be attending the Pennsylvania State Laurel Competition this year in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania.
Looks like they're ready to start a routine.
Yes, they are. Celebrate, I think. But Cool and the Gang seems to be coming from somewhere, so I guess that's what they're performing to. As we said, they are ranging age from 5 to 15.
And she's showing her medals, all her awards.
All organized. Yes, it is. Especially when you're jumping around and spinning batons, shaking pom-poms. America Stars Drill Team from Hughesville, Pennsylvania, passing the Trump Plaza location. Right behind the drill team will be two more state representatives from Arizona and Arkansas. There's Miss Arizona, Lisa Mandel, and she is 22 years of age from Tucson.
And Lisa will be returning as jazz guest to Team Heat in the pageant for her talent. She is a tennis pro, and she enjoys ice skating, water, and snow skiing, and she's a golfer also.
What's forced swimming?
Forced swimming? Just like when someone goes...
Pushes you in, yeah.
Pushes in. You're in the pool.
She's a marketing major, a senior at the University of Arizona, and a graduate of Valley High School. Father is a stage technician, so I guess she'll know what to expect from the talented professional crew at the Miss America pageant and convention hall.
She's a volunteer for the Arthritis Foundation and also Big Brother and Sister Program and other community activities in her hometown.
In fact, her father was a technical director for the Sonia Henney Ice Show, and her mother was a professional ice skater. And I guess that certainly influenced and motivated her to excel in her field of entertainment as well as marketing.
I tell you, ice skating is a very demanding sport as well as a talent.
What is that she's carrying?
It looks
like a little ape.
Looks like a little elf, maybe?
Oh, maybe. There, of course, is the famous shout, let us see your shoes.
Yes, yes.
See, she's, enjoy her. Miss Arizona, Lisa Mandel from Tucson. Hats are in, huh?
Yes, I saw a few of the girls when we were back in Convention Hall preparing to ride down the boardwalk, and they were all putting on hats.
Is that Alf? I can't tell.
It looks like Alf.
Well, it's an NBC show, so I guess it's a good move by Lisa.
I guess so.
And right behind Lisa is Patty Thorne. She is 23 years old from Hot Springs, Arkansas. And Patty has, I don't know if you call the good fortune or the misfortune, to be the computer pick this year.
That's right.
Sometimes it creates unnecessary pressure. Sometimes just makes you feel good. I guess it depends on how you approach it.
Well, you know the press is going to be knocking at her door.
Computer guy hasn't done as well as he says he has, but they have picked a couple. Susan Aiken's one that comes to mind just a few years ago. There's the photographers already saying,
right.
There she is, Miss Arkansas.
Those spotlights on her.
She's a music education graduate of Ouachita Baptist University.
And she'll be singing a semi-classical song in the talent portion of the program, which will be entitled Love Is Where You Find It.
There's a great shot. The ocean in the background and beautiful Patty Thorne from Arkansas in the foreground. Right behind her
is
always a great float. Harrah's Marina.
Yes.
Look at this.
It's fabulous. The audio, the lighting. This is the only sculpted float that we have in the parade tonight. It's actually all hand-carved, this float. I was talking to the designer, Paul Pavis.
She's water skiing behind a boat. And there you can see some of the waves and the Beach Boys, I guess you'd say. That's who we're hearing.
Fabulous.
They were the Grand Sweepstakes winner in 1987. 86 first runner-up, 85 Grand Sweepstakes winner, and first runner-up Well, actually, Trump Plaza won in 85, and Harrah's Marina was first runner-up, and in 84, Harrah's was the Grand Sweepstakes winner. Of course, Harrah's used to be partners here at Trump Plaza. Here's Miss California, Marlissa Ricardos. She is from San Pedro.
Right, she's 26 years old, and she's 5'9", has brown hair and hazel eyes. She is a representative for the Miss California pageant, was invited to Japan to do some promotional work, which was a very, very nice experience for her. She was on a few television shows over there.
Miss California will sing I Have Dreamed a Dream, and following her is Miss Colorado, and that is Maya Walker from Eagle Vale, Colorado. She's 23 years old.
She's a vocal jazz singer from Colorado. She's 23 years old. She's 5'4". She has black hair and brown eyes.
She's going to sing Night and Day. She wants to get her bachelor's degree in music business and continue in the field of entertainment law. And behind her, Miss Connecticut, Maria Caporal, who is 24 years old from Oakdale, Connecticut.
She will be also singing in the pageant. She'll be singing What Did I Do That I Didn't Do? Hold on.
What did I have that I don't have?
Now. A speech impediment. She is 5'8". She's a brunette, hair, and she has brown eyes.
Another hat.
And another hat. So
Or
making
is
fashion
headband?
statements. Well, I guess you could call it a hat. Look at this one. Look at those shoes.
Look at those shoes. Wow.
They look like decorated army boots.
I think that's what they are.
Wild girl.
Naturally, the young woman who wins this pageant had a very special moment at the end, but most of them will tell you the parade is one of the highlights of the week. Here's the shops on Ocean One. They have a float here depicting, well, there's the new Miss Absecon.
Yes, she looks very cozy there.
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
What else can we find on the Ocean One float?
The captain of the ship.
Yeah.
Yes. Depicting the Ocean One Mole. Of course, the Ocean One Mole is a ocean liner.
Mm-hmm.
The manager of the Ocean One Mole is Patty Humphreys.
She helped put this float together. Here's the Lansdowne High School Marching Band from Baltimore, Maryland, directed by Kenneth Walton. This band, pom-pom, and flag squad have participated in many parades and events over the past years, like?
Well, they've marched in the Preakness Parade, the Baltimore City Columbus Day Parade, the Baltimore City Fair Parade. The Preakness Parade is probably one of the highlights because it gets such national coverage for them. They've been in the Miss America Parade in 1985, 1986, and they're back again this year, 1988. They perform on a regular basis for their school football games and has received outstanding rating at the Baltimore County Marching Band Showcase for the past 3 years and is a yearly performer at the Memorial Stadium for the Baltimore Orioles.
Here they are, the Lansdowne High School Marching Band from Baltimore, Maryland. Kind of just offering us a marching cadence here, but a good one. Get a chance to look at the members of the Lansdowne High School Marching Band.
There they go, the rolla.
Here comes Miss Delaware, Laura Kathleen Ludwig. She's 21 years of age from Rehoboth Beach.
Yes, Tom, she's 5'8.5" also, and she has auburn hair and hazel eyes. She is seeking a Bachelor of Arts degree in Communications with emphasis in Public Relations. She will be performing a popular song in the pageant, the title of which is Happy Days Are Here Again, a Vanessa Williams
That's right.
favorite.
Laura is a junior at the University of Delaware, majoring in Communications and Public Relations. She graduated from Cape Henlopen High School in 1984. Cape Henlopen occasionally comes across the bridge or the ferry and participates in sports against some of the Cape May County schools. She's having a good time.
Yeah. She's not too far away. She probably has some local rooters out there.
New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, Delaware always have their share of rooters along the boardwalk parade. Pennsylvania and New Jersey always seem to be the best received.
Sure, the crowd pleasers.
Though I guess they've come in from Arkansas and Mississippi and make some noise too.
You'll hear them. You'll hear them.
A few other states.
And there she is showing her shoes. Looks like she has them decorated, Tom, with pom-poms.
Is that right?
Yeah. See if she shows them again. There they go.
Right behind Miss Delaware is Patricia Morin, who is a District of Columbia's representative. She's 23 years of age from Washington, D.C., but has some roots in the South Jersey area.
Right. She is a local girl. She went to school in Washington. She's going for her graduate studies there at the Catholic University of America. Patricia worked right here on the boardwalk in Atlantic City for many years. In fact, she worked a block past of the Atlantic City Convention Hall at a little hot dog stand.
She was a contestant in the Miss Atlantic County pageant while she was in this area. She's a graduate of Bishop Eustace Prep up in the Cherry Hill area. And as you mentioned, Barbara attends the Catholic University of America.
Right. She'll be dancing in the Miss America pageant to the song Bad by Michael Jackson.
Patricia Morin. Atlantic City girl, sort of with Mickey Mouse riding with her.
I think that's her bedroom slipper.
Uh-oh.
That's her show me your shoe.
This District of Columbia, and behind her...
Oh, there's Ronald McDonald.
How about that? I wonder if they ask him to see his shoes.
Right. He's probably showing them those big red feet.
Ronald riding down the boardwalk. A few other of your favorite characters will be along later in the parade.
It's a tradition that Ronald is here. It's, he's delighted Americans and children throughout the world. And he comes to the parade courtesy of Lewis, Gilman, and Kennett, Public Relations.
Right behind Ronald is the Brigantine Lions Club. On the boardwalk of Atlantic City is the theme of their float. And there's some people on there that you probably recognize.
I'm very familiar with these people. On this float is a past president of the Brigantine Lions Club, and that's John Rizzo. And seated in the far front of the float is the current Miss Brigantine, Deborah Drain. We see her there in the rolling chair with the crown on.
Oh, yeah, that's John pushing the chair.
Pushing the chair, yeah. There's John. And,
looks like some of the other contestants from this year's Miss Brigantine pageant riding.
In the gold evening gown is Krista Lepore. She's the first runner-up to Miss Brigantine. And there's Laurie Kelly, Janice Stanley. Let's see who else is back there.
The reason Barbara knows all these people so well is that she is the producer of the Miss Brigantine pageant for the Lions Club. Worked with these young women, as well as John, over the past, about a month ago.
Yeah, it was July 30th. July 30th at one of the hotels here in Atlantic City.
The Brigantine Lions Club and their float. Good-looking young women, plus John Rizzo. And behind them, the Conestoga High School Marching Pioneers, under the direction of Mr. William Schwenk, marching in the Miss America Parade for the 11th time.
And they hail from Berwyn, Pennsylvania. It's on the main line near Valley Forge. They have a very big band. They have 50 instrumentalists, 32 kick line members, 22 flash flag members, and a color guard of 16.
They have performed in places like the Cotton Festival in Memphis, Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, Azalea Festival in Norfolk, Quebec Music Festival in Canada, Epcot Center in Florida, and of course, as we said before, this is the 11th time they've gone down the Atlantic City Boardwalk as part of this parade. Let's listen to the Conestoga High School Marching Pioneers from Berwyn, Pennsylvania.
Tom, I know people that have gone to Conestoga High School, and they have the major competition to be in this band. It is the one school function everyone wants to do. That kick line is very popular.
Conestoga High School marching pioneers from Berwyn, Pennsylvania go by our Trump Plaza location. Channel 2's coverage of the Miss America pageant parade continuing on the Atlantic City Boardwalk, the world-famous Atlantic City Boardwalk. And here comes Miss Florida, Melissa Aguilis from St. Petersburg. She's 24 years old.
Her ambition, Tom, is to receive a master's degree in fine arts from New York University, specializing in classics and film.
She's a graduate of the Florida State University in musical theater.
She's 5'8". She has brown hair and brown eyes. She has a nice Florida suntan there.
She's going to sing and dance to Showstopper during the talent competition. And I don't know if we'll see it again, but she looked like she borrowed one of Patricia Morin's slippers.
She has that Mickey Mouse.
And if anybody should have Mickey Mouse, I guess Miss Florida.
She sure should.
Disney World, Epcot Center. Now right behind her, she sure is enjoying herself, is Miss Georgia, Frances Frazier.
Frances is from Rome, Georgia, Tom. She's 26 years old.
A graduate of Shorter College, a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration.
She wants to continue her musical studies and with a vocal and piano intensity. She will be singing a popular song in the pageant, and that will be Amen. Miss Georgia.
And another hat.
Yeah, they'll accessorize these girls.
Now, I'll tell you one thing, it's getting to be up in the most outlandish shoes anymore. Right behind Miss Georgia is the Balba Entertainers float. The theme is When It's Darkest, God's Children Sparkle Bright. That's Don Phillips, very active in the variety clubs in the Atlantic City area, and longtime MC. They have Miss Senior Atlantic County on there, Miss Garden Pier, Miss Boardwalk Star Review, Miss New Jersey Preteen, 6 winners of Miss Jersey American. And it's all directed by Balba Loganowski. Lucille Russo also involved.
And there's Miss Hawaii, Tom.
Desiree Cruz, who is 26, from Hilo.
5'9", she's a tall one. Now she has the authentic headpiece there.
Indeed, she does. She's a freshman at Maui Community College, majoring in education.
She has black hair and dark brown eyes, and she wants to use her scholarship money to obtaining a gold in the degree of education.
She traveled 4 times completely around the world by the age of 24.
That is truly interesting.
I'd like to have her frequent flyer mileage, would you?
Really, sign me up. She
also just celebrated a birthday. Am I right?
She sure did, August 29th.
Yeah, she was 26 years old. So she's one of the older contestants.
She will be doing a vocal performance in the pageant to I Am Changing. And she has, look at this, look at her slipper.
Yeah, it's like
the Cinderella glass slipper there,
Is that glass slipper?
Yeah.
The lifeguards are off for the night. As you can see, they're all up here watching the pageant.
Look at that sunset, though, on that ocean.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It was not a real good year in general for the shore area, but Atlantic City, I guess, has evolved almost into certainly longer than a 3-month resort now, a year-round resort as far as the casinos like Trump Plaza and the activities that they keep going, not the least of which is Mike Tyson's activities next door here that Trump Plaza brought us over the past year or so.
Very exciting.
But the beach and the ocean are still beautiful. Here we go with the Pascack Hills High School Cowboy Marching Band from Montvale, New Jersey. This is their first year in the parade. They have won several major awards at New Jersey regional competition. are comfortable.
They sure, I was going to say, these casual uniforms, they're right there, ready for the beach.
Yeah, there's pluses and minuses about when the pageant should be held. Last year it was a week later, and it probably would have been again this year if it wasn't for the Olympics. That may work out better in many respects. Certainly the people in Atlantic City may like it better because it extends a big event extends their season that much longer. But it's probably nice for a lot of these high school bands to have it early because some of them may not be back in school yet. They can actually come down to Atlantic City for a day or two.
Sure, give them a little break before the school year starts.
Right. Here's the Ocean City Savings and Loan Association float. Their theme is Sailing into the Future.
It's another professionally done float. It's Phil Turner has done this one also.
Actually, Phil Turner himself, who is apparently the chairman of special events for Ocean City Home Savings and Loan, and the originator, the man who formed Turner Displays, since retired, but he got active for this one. And some interesting costumes, too. Sailing into the Future from Ocean City Home Savings and Loan.
It's nice how they've done the wave effect on the boat. Mixing the colors of blue.
And here comes Miss Idaho, Susan Hart. She is 18 years old, age one of, I think, 7 or 8 teenagers in the pageant this year from Rigby, Idaho.
She will be performing a ballet in the pageant. There are a few ballet dancers this year, too. She enjoys all forms of dance. She plays the piano, she reads, she's a model. She's 5'11". I believe she's the tallest contestant, Tom. She has dark brown hair and brown eyes.
And funny slippers. I think you'll find someone taller a little bit later, but Susan is a sophomore dance major at, are you ready for this? Rick's College.
So this also...
Rick also has a hot dog stand.
Yeah, connected.
No, I don't know what it is, but it just sounds funny. I'm sure it's a very reputable institution, and she's learning a great deal about dance, but it just sounds funny saying Rick's College.
She's going to obtain a bachelor's degree in performing.
And right behind her is Miss Illinois. Miss Illinois is Dawn Spacuzza, and she is 22 from Collinsville, Illinois.
Dawn is also 5'9", these tall girls. She's a brunette with dark brown eyes. She will be singing in the pageant. She enjoys photography, modeling, charitable fundraising. She attends Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville, where she's a senior and a communications public relations major.
She's going to sing If I Loved You during the talent competition. Right behind Miss Illinois is the Ram's Head Inn float under the direction of Mr. Bruce Schilder, general manager. This float was constructed by employees of the Ram's Head. So many of the floats you see, and they're beautiful, are professionally done. Turner Displays probably does the majority of them, but this is one of the ones, and there's a few others, that was constructed by the people whom it represents from the Ram's Head Inn.
The theme of their float is a wedding, Tom, which is one of the Ram's Head's specialties. They have their own wedding chapel right there at the inn. Have the bride and the groom and all the attendants, and even the little chamber music in the front.
Ram's Head Inn. And immediately following the Ram's Head Inn are two more of our state representatives. Here comes Miss Indiana, Joni McMetchen, and she is 21 from Liberty, Indiana.
She attends Northwestern University, where she's a senior in voice performance and music management. She will be singing a semi-classical song in the pageant, and it's entitled I Have a Dream, I Love You Once in Silence. It's a medley there, Tom.
Medley, yeah.
She's all feathered out.
She certainly is.
And in a hat. I tell you, it must be the year.
She has a collection of 28 Madame Alexander dolls. What are they?
You don't know what Madame Alexander dolls are. They're a classic.
So it's nice to have 28 of them, I guess, huh?
It sure is. It sure is. She is 5'3.5". She has blonde hair and blue eyes. She's a tiny little one.
It's Miss Indiana. And right behind her is Miss Iowa, Tiffany D Bernardo. She is 19 from Bettendorf, Iowa.
She attends DePaul University, where she's a sophomore in international business and French. She enjoys tennis, biking, and swimming, and she's 5'6.5" with dark brown hair and dark brown eyes. Definitely that black dress compliments them.
Tiffany will sing I Go to Rio.
Should be interesting.
Probably could sing it in French.
I'm sure she could. She did an internship, Tom, with a Fortune 500 corporation. Her first year of college. That was probably very, very stimulating for her.
And so has this parade been, and judging by the way she's reacting to the people along the boardwalk. Behind Miss Iowa is the Fleetwood Area High School Marching Unit from Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, under the direction of Mr. Charles Ebersock. This band has achieved considerable success over the past 10 years as a fine parade marching band.
They have been the overall festival parade champion for the past 4 years at the Festival of Music competition in Ocean City, Maryland, Montreal, Canada, and twice in Washington, D.C. And this is their first appearance in the Miss America Parade.
Good-sized band. The Fleetwood Area High School Marching Unit from Fleetwood, Pennsylvania.
Nice straight lines, Tom. That's hard to achieve in such a large group.
Yes, it is.
Very symmetric.
They'll play something for us.
As they prepare
Here
for
we go.
Hall.
Fleetwood Area High School Marching Unit. Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, the Fleetwood Area High School Marching Unit, making their first appearance in the Miss America Pageant Parade. Here comes a float representing the First Jersey National Bank.
And Tom, this float has carried out the parade theme of boardwalk success. So they've combined the rolling chair, they have the high diving horse in the back, you'll see. I believe they have bank employees on their float.
They got Park Place, so they're playing a little Monopoly too.
Yeah, and the old records of the people that starred here in Atlantic City.
Wow. First Jersey National Bank. Here comes Miss Kansas right behind that. Candace Pyle. And she hails from Dodge City, 20 years of age.
She's 5'5", Tom, brown hair and hazel eyes, and she attends St. Mary's of the Plains College, where she's a sophomore, and social work and child psychology are her majors.
We should point out for Jake Galassi, who's on one of our cameras here, and a very proud graduate of the University of Kansas, who won the NCAA basketball championship last year, that Miss Kansas is a fan of K-State. She doesn't care who won the NCAA championship last year.
And Tom, do you see her shoes? She has those red ruby slippers.
Oh, yeah.
From Kansas.
She's click those heels and she'll go back to Kansas, I guess.
I think she wants to stay here in Atlantic City
for at least a week,
longer.
right. Next is Miss Kentucky, Mika Darby. She is 19 years old from Salyersville, Kentucky.
She's 5'6", a blonde with hazel eyes, Tom. She attends the University of Kentucky. She's a special education major and in her sophomore year there. She will do a Mid-Eastern dance, which should be pretty unusual.
We have something else in common, Miss Kentucky and I. We're both fascinated by the life of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah,
and she also collects Madame Alexander dolls.
It's a very popular thing for girls in this era. She looks striking, Tom.
Miss Kentucky.
Do you see she has on her the accessory you wear on your foot for dancing in Middle Eastern dancing? Just a little thong
right behind Miss Kentucky is Miss Louisiana. And that is Valerie Brosay. She is 21 years of age from West Monroe.
She attends Northeast Louisiana University. She's a senior and accounting major. She's 5'8". She has brunette hair and green eyes. She'll be doing a contemporary ballet routine in the pageant. She has a mask.
She's going to do that routine to Singing in the Rain, which she's glad is not the case here as she rides down the boardwalk, I'm sure.
Amen.
Very clear night. Had a little rain last year, I don't know if you remember, but I certainly do. Here comes the Fruit of the Loom guys, courtesy of one of the national sponsors of the Miss America pageant, Fruit of the Loom. These are the original guys that you see on television.
They're great. I particularly like the red grapes.
You guys are all former actors and have been making personal appearances all over, dressed up as fruit.
Hey, you gotta make $1 somehow, Tom.
That's right. And right behind the Fruit of the Loom guys is a float representing the Deauville Inn.
They have a Hawaiian theme, Tom.
Oh, wait a minute. We have skipped ahead to Miss Maine, and that is Lisa Kent. Lisa is 21 from Gorham.
She attends the University of Southern Maine. She's a junior business major. She's 5'8", has blonde hair and blue eyes, which is very easy to tell. She will be doing a gymnastic jazz routine.
She also set state records in the 440-yard dash, 330-yard hurdles, and was 5th in the state cross-country meet. In high school, was known the most valuable cross-country runner. So this is an athlete. Also got a basketball scholarship to college.
You're kind of girl, Tom.
How about that? That's Miss Maine, Lisa Kent. And behind her is Miss Maryland, and that's Lori Windsor. She is 20 from Mount Airy.
She is 5'9", Tom. Tall girls in this pageant this year. Light brown hair and dark brown eyes. She attends the University of Maryland, where she's a junior in government and politics, is her major, and her minor is Russian language.
She's going to do a dance and twirling routine, and she certainly is competent. She is Miss Majorette of Maryland in '84, Miss Majorette of America in '84, and competed with the Wheaton Majorettes for various national titles.
She looks wonderful.
Quite an outfit, huh?
It is just stunning.
Now look at this outfit.
What a guy. The Philly fanatic.
Most fans will tell you that this is the best thing about the Phillies this year. They haven't been playing real well, but he's still entertaining. See if he's showing his shoes.
He just can't get over it.
The Philly fanatic. Made popular, of course, by Dave Raymond. Many of you know, the son of Delaware football coach Tubby Raymond. And just turned into a great character entertainer. He's honking the horn because the parade stopped.
He's a crowd with the people clapping for him.
A Philly fanatic. Another of the characters. We saw earlier Ronald Mcdonald, and we don't have Spuds McKenzie this year. There's his van, by the way. But there are some more exciting characters coming up. And I think the Aberdeen High School Band is coming up from Aberdeen, Maryland.
So fortunate that it's a beautiful night tonight. It's brought a lot of spectators out to watch the parade. And here comes the Aberdeen High School Band, Tom.
They have over 100 members, and they do over 40 concert and marching performances every year. And they've done very well in the Baltimore area.
Yes, they've been trophy winners in the Columbus Day Parade, I Am an American Day Parade, St. Patrick's Day Parade, along with the Preakness.
This is their 15th consecutive performance in the Miss America Parade, and they have performed in 5 different states and are supported by an excellent booster organization.
Those booster organizations are really a tremendous backbone of these high school bands, because it does cost, to bring such a large group to Atlantic City and to the various other states they perform in. So they need these booster groups to raise the funds to transport them and to the upkeep of their outfits, their costumes. They want to get new flags. School systems really can't support that all the time, so these booster groups really pitch in.
The Aberdeen High School marching band's about a half a block away. We'll join them, but right now, as you're watching coverage of the Miss America Pageant Parade from the boardwalk in Atlantic City, our Trump Plaza location, we'll take time out for this. Aberdeen High School Band from Aberdeen, Maryland, playing as they march by Trump Plaza on the Atlantic City Boardwalk in our continuing coverage of the Miss America Pageant Parade. Tom Williams along with Barbara Wright. We're just about halfway through, I guess, the state representatives, maybe a little less than halfway. There's still a lot of excitement to come, including the Atlantis Casino Hotel float.
Tom, the Atlantis float is entitled Putting on the Ritz, I believe. And they have a tremendous champagne bottle right in the middle, and they have a lot of employees from the hotel who are putting on the Ritz.
Their second appearance in the Miss America Parade. Now you can hear the song, Putting on the Ritz.
Top hat and tail.
Nice companion. Right behind the Atlantis float is Miss Massachusetts, Diane Steckler. She is 22 from Boston.
Her ambition, Tom, is to complete her Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in musical theater.
She's a senior at the Boston Conservatory of Music.
She is 5'8", she has blonde hair and blue eyes, and she'll be doing a vocal presentation for her talent. She'll be singing Amazing Grace, which is a real stirring piece, Tom.
Indeed it is. Miss Massachusetts, Diane Steckler.
Oh. One in her hand and one, oh, it's a puppet there.
Enjoying herself.
The gowns this year with the beads and the feathers, it's just tremendous.
These young women have been in rehearsal at Convention Hall for quite a few days, so this gives them a chance to get out, meet the people, so to speak. Here comes Miss Michigan, Krista Blomgren. She's 22 from Livonia, Michigan.
And she's one of the unusual talents this year. She's going to be playing the oboe, which is very, very different. Look how chic she looks, Tom.
Yeah.
She is 5'7", brown hair and hazel eyes. She attends Western Michigan University, where she's a senior. She's in a 5-year course, Tom, in music education.
She's hoping that she and Kaylani can duplicate the feat of Miss Mississippi back in the early 60s and have back-to-back winners from the same state. And behind Miss Michigan is Miss Minnesota, Gretchen Carlson. She's 22 from Anoka, Minnesota.
She attends Stanford University, Oxford, and she's a senior in organizational behavior. She's 5'3" and a half. She has blonde hair and emerald green eyes. She'll be performing a classical violin solo.
She was valedictorian of her high school graduating class at Anoka Senior High School in Anoka, Minnesota. Had the lead role in South Pacific, and she's holding up a sign. What does it say? Miss Minnesota, Gretchen Carlson. Hope she swings it back around this way, because didn't get a good look at it. There you go. Oh, of course.
Oh, the Minnesota Twins.
She's boasting of her world champions, who will not probably get the chance to repeat again this year.
And she's covered with garlands of flowers.
Miss Minnesota, Gretchen Carlson.
Look at the spike on the end of the sign. The baseball spike?
Oh, yes. And right behind her is the First Fidelity Bank's float. that display has recorded music and will feature parts of the Atlantic City skyline.
The people on the float, Tom, you can see they're all costumed in royal blue lame jumpsuits with white hard hats, in keeping with the building theme here of Atlantic City.
They are the oldest. The First Fidelity is the oldest continuous float participant in the Miss America Parade. Formerly, Cape May County National Bank, First National Bank of South Jersey.
It was really Boardwalk National Bank was the
right.
original name.
They were the winner of the Grand Sweepstakes Award in 1983. Some of them took the hard hats off. First Fidelity Bank from South Jersey, the longest continuing float participant in the Miss America Pageant Parade. And again, with an interesting entry. We've got lots more coming up. Of course, we still got Miss New Jersey and Miss Pennsylvania as far as the state representatives are concerned. And in just a few moments, the Oakcrest Marching Band, the City of Wildwood Float, but right now we'll take this time out. There they are, the marching ambassadors from Oakcrest High School in Mays Landing, New Jersey, under the direction of Mr. David Tobias. Arguably the best known band from our area. They certainly have traveled a great deal and won a great many awards.
They sure have, Tom. They're a 120-member band, was featured band at Governor Keene's Excellent Awards Fair in 1987. They performed for President Johnson, President Ford, Carter, and Reagan. They've had many first-place awards in state and national parades and field shows, including the Miss America Parade here, the Canada's Niagara Blossom Festival, the Kentucky Derby Festival. They've performed at Disney World and Epcot Center.
They were also the official band to open the 1987 New Jersey State Fair at Garden State Park. So the Oakcrest Marching Ambassadors certainly live up to their name, as they are ambassadors all over the world.
Tom, they even performed on the Miss America stage a few years ago. The
right.
Oakcrest Marching Ambassadors were part of the production number.
And here they come. There's some red in there, red, white, and blue, I guess the predominant colors, though the school colors, I think, are gray and blue.
Yes, they are, gray and blue. Well, these bands, Tom, in these high schools are show bands. So they like to put in these bright colors to get the attention of the judges in the competitions, as well as be a crowd pleaser.
Oakcrest Marching Ambassadors from Mays Landing, New Jersey. And here comes the City of Wildwood's float, sponsored by the Wildwood Department of Tourism. And Wildwood Days on the Boardwalk is the theme.
It highlights the Wildwood Boardwalk landmark and holds the 1988 Queen Oceana and her attendants.
That's the Queen of the Wildwood Baby Parade. They've got music on the float. The Wildwood business community also cooperated in the production and creation of this float.
It's really nice to see so many visiting communities here in the Miss America Parade, showing that they support their sister city, Atlantic City, and the Miss America pageant.
And of course the song is what else? Wildwood Days by Bobby Rydell. There's the mayor of the city of Wildwood, Ralph Sheets. Bobby Rydell, always thought he was one of the great entertainers that come out of the 60s. Never really, you know, they're doing real well with that Boys of Bandstand tour. I thought he would be a superstar. And then after Bye Bye Birdie, but enough.
I think he's still a legend.
Certainly a great song to hear, as are most of the Bobby Rydell songs from the 60s. Next is Miss Mississippi, a state with a great tradition in the Miss America pageant, and Carla Haig, who's 23 years old from Hattiesburg, hopes to carry on that tradition.
She is a graduate of the University of Alabama at Birmingham. She's 5'6½", has blonde hair and green eyes, and certainly very vivacious.
She's going to sing Alexander's Ragtime Band and Here's to the Band during her talent presentation.
She's a volunteer for the American Cancer Society. If you notice, Tom, in the resumes, you'll see a lot of these girls do a lot of charity work, and nice compliment to them.
Carla Haig, Miss Mississippi, is followed by Miss Missouri, Heather Smith, who is 21 years of age, and apparently she's one entry further down the line, because we've got here the
Casino Association of New Jersey.
Yes. No, there's Missouri.
Aha.
There's Missouri.
Tricky cameraman, you know.
Yeah, they can make anything happen. Miss Missouri did appear, Heather Smith. She's a baton twirler. She's going to twirl to The Whistler and His Dog. Not familiar with that song.
This must be one of the unusual talents. She is a graduate of the University of Missouri at Columbia, and she has graduated with a degree in journalism. She's 5'3". She has dark brown hair and blue eyes.
And she's 2 weeks away from her 22nd birthday.
She's a baton twirler, Tom.
We also have something in common. She plays beginner golf. I've been playing beginner golf for 6 or 7 years. And right behind Miss Missouri is the Casino Association of New Jersey. Sounds like they've got some live entertainment going on.
Sure do. Well, it's typical.
All right, here we go.
Casino Association always has an outstanding entry.
There it is. Beautiful carousel.
Wow.
Those horses, my gosh, they're beautiful.
Come on, come on.
A live band on there to entertain the crowd as they're cruising down the boardwalk.
See Trump Plaza among the casino hotels participating. In this float, the Casino Association of New Jersey. Here comes Miss Montana, and that is Becky McCrae. She is the youngest and the tallest.
I noticed that.
17 years of age from Miles City, Montana.
Yes, Tom, she is 6 feet tall. She dwarfs me. She has auburn hair and blue-gray eyes, and she is a freshman at Miles Community College, where she is in the program of music education and vocal performance.
Guess what else? She won numerous awards in girls basketball, including she was an all-state center. And at 6 foot, that's not hard to believe. Miss Montana, who
They drafted her, Tom.
She's going to sing On My Own. And behind her is this float from the city of Ocean City. A little gazebo and a red, white, blue theme.
Let's see, America's Greatest Family Resort is the theme of their float, and Ocean City is. If you walk down their boardwalk in the summertime, it's just one carriage after another.
There's Little Miss Ocean City on the left, Karen Oliphant, in blue and red. Somewhere in there, I guess, is Tracy French, who is the new Miss Ocean City about a month ago.
That's right, Tom.
They're getting a chance to stop and wave, pick out some friends along the way. Neighboring communities certainly support this parade, not only in the sense that they have entries, but a lot of people come over to Atlantic City to see it. And starting a little earlier makes it easier to get home at a reasonable hour, too.
Yes, let's the children come to watch the parade also. It's a tradition in our family, Tom, that when my sister and I were very little, we came to the parade. I would say I've been here for the last 28 years, and it was always thrilling because I could go to the parade and wear my new school shoes. That was the treat. Go to the parade because we always had to attend school the next day. They were back in the days where they sold peach baskets to stand on.
City of Ocean City's float. Certainly there's a little more excitement in the City of Ocean City this year because Miss New Jersey, Patricia Lynn Bowman, whom they know as Tricia, is competing. She's back her car's just a few blocks away. Right here, though, the original hobo band from Pitman, New Jersey.
I'll tell you, they get the audience participating.
They range in age from 14 through 80.
The band is a community band, Tom. It's organized over 40 years ago. And their members are from 5 different counties in New Jersey.
And let's listen to them now. The original hobo band from Pitman, New Jersey.
You notice their unique uniforms, Tom?
Mm-hmm. Don't kid yourself, they're musicians. They can play.
Yes, you can.
The Mid-Atlantic National Bank South and their float.
Looks like a sandcastle, which is very familiar to everyone on the Atlantic City shore. A medieval sandcastle there. The jester and the
Is that a unicorn?
princess. That was the jouster, I believe. Little Camelot.
Parade is slowing down a little bit as it passes here at Trump Plaza. There may be a slowdown in front of Convention Hall, which of course is right next door. I remind you, of course, that preliminary competitions are held. There'll be preliminary competition tonight and tomorrow night in Atlantic City's Convention Hall. There are tickets generally available for the preliminary night competitions. And then on Saturday night in the great Atlantic City Convention Hall, which is, I mean, it houses the Democratic Convention, some great sports events, and of course every year the Miss America pageant. And it will be seen, if you don't already have your ticket, plan on watching it Saturday night from 10 until midnight on NBC TV. Next, right after the Mid-Atlantic and National Bank float, is Miss Nebraska. You can see her approaching. She's Jody Miller. She's 20 years of age from Omaha.
And she attends the University of Nebraska at Omaha, where she's a junior in the elementary education and special education program. She's 5'4", she has blonde hair and brown eyes. And she's aerobic, jazz dance.
Through the Eyes of Love is the name of the song she'll be dancing to.
She's had special training in ballet, tap, acrobatics, gymnastics, vocal and piano.
Matter of fact, she operated her own dance studio with 125 students, and she appeared on an ABC 2020 segment about high cholesterol. She hopes to be dancing when she's 103. Miss Nebraska, Jody Miller from Omaha. And behind her is Miss Nevada. Miss Nevada is Debbie Schuler, 22 years of age, from Incline Village, Nevada.
Tom, she's 5'8", she has blonde hair and green eyes. She attends the University of Nevada at Reno, where she's a junior in finance. She raises thoroughbred horses, and she owns 3 herself.
She also owns a 65 convertible Mustang. She likes to collect old cars, so she's off to a good start at the age of 22.
She'll be singing in the talent portion of the program.
She's very proud, too, that her undergraduate studies have been completely funded by pageant scholarships and full-time employment.
She'll be singing a Barbara Streisand song, Tom, Woman in the Moon.
There's Debbie Schuler, a representative from Nevada. So these casinos, while they're beautiful, are nothing new to her.
They certainly aren't. Reno has their full share of them.
For the first few years after casinos became a reality in Atlantic City, every Miss Nevada that came in was asked to compare. I think they finally stopped asking that question.
That's true.
Sounds like the Columbus Day Scholarship Pageant float.
And that voice sounds very familiar.
Right behind Miss Nevada. Bally's Grand salutes the 25th anniversary of the Miss Columbus Day Scholarship Pageant at Disney World. Is that where they're going to hold it this year? On this float are Karen Hart's Miss Columbus Day, Jennifer Dahmy, Miss Atlantic County, Giulietta Consalvo, Miss Ventnor City, and some live musicians.
Little combo there. Did that sound like Lucille Russo singing to you?
No. I think Lucy was on an earlier float. There's some of those young women and some of the people watching the parade. They're everywhere. Not only on the boardwalk, but overlooking the boardwalk. Bally's Grand saluting the Columbus Day Scholarship Pageant.
And there's Italian colors there, too.
The proudest moment of the Miss Columbus Day Scholarship Pageant was when Suzette Charles, representing their pageant, became Miss New Jersey, and then later Miss America. In fact, Suzette just had a variety show with John Viner on NBC TV, a show that they hope will become a regular fixture. And Vanessa Williams, with whom she shared a year as Miss America, has a very hot album, just to keep you up to date with some of the former Miss Americas, two, in fact, that shared the title in 1984. One, Suzette Charles, is very well known to the people in this area. Miss New Hampshire, I believe, is next, and that is Laura Lorette, and she's 26 years of age from Sandown, New Hampshire.
She attends the University of New Hampshire, and she is a leisure management and tourism major. She's 5'9", she has black hair and dark brown eyes. She'll be doing Irish festival dancing in this year's pageant, which is a new talent to the Miss America pageant.
She has a hobby that not all of us have. She restores the family's antique fire truck. I never spent much time with my family's antique fire truck.
Mine either. She's visited Ireland 13 times. She's learned many of their crafts and ethnic.
And did you notice what she's going to perform?
Yes, that's what I was just saying to everyone. It's Irish festival dancing.
And the song is called the Pie-in-the-Face Polka.
Well, I guess they do the polka in Ireland. She enjoys roller skating, snow skiing, and ice skating.
And waving.
Yes.
Because she's doing a lot of it right here in front of Trump Plaza.
Thanks a lot.
Miss New Hampshire, Laura Lorette. As we watch the Miss America pageant parade right here in front of Trump Plaza. We'd like to thank the people, too, here at Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino. Once again this year for their hospitality. Gary Celestner and his people always give us everything we need and are always happy to help us bring you an outstanding community event like the Miss America pageant parade from this outstanding location, Trump Plaza overlooking the boardwalk in Atlantic City, the world-famous boardwalk.
Must say world famous, but it has been really, really thrilling to be out here watching the sunset and the parade. It's just been lovely.
And Laura's still there.
She sure is.
She's still waving for the car to move along, because right behind her, I guess, is the person that more people have come to see than maybe anybody. And we say that with apologies to Kaylani, who certainly is the star of the show, but Patricia Lynn Bowman, Miss New Jersey, from 10, 12 miles away over in Ocean City, well known even before she became Miss New Jersey as a model, and has been in this parade quite a few times on the Ocean City float and in other ways. And here she comes, approaching Trump Plaza. She is one of the 7 teenagers in this pageant, 19 years of age, from Ocean City, New Jersey.
Yes, Tom, our local girl attends Trenton State College, where she's a junior, and she's studying electronical communications. She has a police escort, our local girl. She's 5'9", she has red hair, which is a rarity this year, and blue eyes. She'll be singing a pop country vocal entitled Wind Beneath My Wings.
She has caused a lot of interest with her wardrobe in Atlantic City prior to the beginning of the actual on-stage competitions.
Right.
And hoping to become the first red-headed Miss America.
Very dramatic. The headpiece and the earrings. It's just a beautiful, beautiful gown.
Patricia Lynn Bowman. His friends in Ocean City know her as Tricia, Miss New Jersey. Guess it's getting a little cold down there, huh?
Wind's picking up a little.
As Tricia fades down the boardwalk, how about the United States Marine Corps Band from Quantico, Virginia? 55 musicians, and what else would they be playing, huh? The Halls of Montezuma.
The band annually performs for the International Military Tattoo in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and they're the sole representative of the United States. Sounding pretty good.
From Quantico, Virginia, the United States Marine Corps Band. And Trop World Casino and Entertainment Resort just opened as a float approaching us here.
Depicting Trop World with the Ferris wheel and also their game, their roulette game, the roulette wheel on the back.
Where's Vanna White? Oh, that's a different wheel.
A little slot machine there in the front.
And quite a few different types of costumes, depicting all different eras.
All different strollers on the Atlantic City Boardwalk for the success that it is, the boardwalk.
Success is the theme, not only of the pageant production, which will be seen Saturday night on NBC, but also the parade, calling their parade theme Boardwalk Success. Here comes Miss New Mexico, and that is Teresa Rodriguez. She is 21 from Clovis, New Mexico.
She's 5'7", she has black hair and brown eyes, and she is a junior at Eastern New Mexico University, studying radio and TV broadcasting. Her ambition is to become Miss America, Tom, along with 50 other young ladies. And she wants to complete her education and then become a TV anchor woman. Another
lived in Germany. Yeah, very popular. She lived in Germany for 4.5 years, traveled throughout Europe. And in fact, her father's a retired from the United States Air Force, so she probably likes hearing that Marine band.
I'm sure.
Miss New Mexico. And she will be, did we say she's going to be singing Anything for You? Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine made that popular.
Her sports are aerobics and weightlifting, Tom. Does she look like a weightlifter to you?
No. She was also president of Students Against Drunk Driving in high school, top 20 in her class, captain of the drill team. One remarkable thing about these 51 young women, and I think we commented on in our pre-broadcast meeting, that they're all so, they manage their schedules so well. They do so many things. They're involved in so many activities.
Well, they're goal-orientated, Tom, and they strive for these things, and they want to accomplish them. And they give it their all.
Got a nice-looking pair of boots, huh?
Yes, our New Mexico flag.
It's Miss New Mexico as she passes Trump Plaza, Teresa Rodriguez. Followed by Miss New York. And Miss New York is Mia Seminoff. She is from New York City, and she is 23 years of age.
She's a senior at Juilliard, studying fine arts. She'll be doing a classical ballet in the talent portion of the pageant. She's dark brown hair and hazel eyes. She was selected for Glamour magazine's top 10 college women.
She was also asked by Hal Prince to audition for a role in the Broadway production Phantom of the Opera, and one of the final 3 to be considered. Had she gotten it, she might not be here. Same thing happened with Vanessa Williams, as I recall. She auditioned for something, didn't get it, and because she didn't get it, was able to enter the Miss New York pageant. So who knows, maybe it'll strike again in the state of New York. And,
anything could happen in New York, Tom.
That's right. Miss North Carolina is next. Lee Beeman. She is 20 years of age from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, a familiar town to anybody that's driven to Florida down 95. You always go past Rocky Mount.
That's the truth. That's one of the highlights, looking for that Rocky Mount sign. You know you're getting close. She attends the University of North Carolina. She's a junior. She's 5'2". She has brown hair and hazel eyes. And she'll be doing jazz in point. A little jazz dance and toe shoes, Tom.
She majors in psychology. Her mother is also pursuing a college degree. She is the first contestant to win the state title in the 51-year history of her local pageant.
Now that is persistence in her local pageant.
And I bet they're celebrating.
I'm sure they are.
Here comes the National Association of Catering Executives float. And it includes National Associate and affiliated members of the catering industry. Who is that? Supposed to be Frank Sinatra and Liza Minnelli?
Yeah, looks like Frank and Liza to me there, Tom.
How about that?
Liza is right here at Chum Plaza.
And there's Amy Fissel, Miss Cape May County, riding with Frank and Liza. It looks like she's at the controls of this little boat, huh?
She's running that steamship.
One good thing, I guess, about being on a float sponsored by the National Association of Catering Executives, you'll probably eat well afterwards. Huh?
Sounds good to me.
So Amy Fissel one day can say, well, you know, I drove the float down the boardwalk, Frank and Liza.
Yeah.
That's all she has to say.
Not saying Frank and Liza who, but
Right.
Frank and Liza.
That's them. And next up is the float representing the Yacht Club of Pleasantville. And it was built by that famous Kay Wright.
Well, yes, it was built and designed by Kay Wright, but with a lot of assistance from the members of the Yacht Club. These people go to an old firehouse in the city of Pleasantville and put this float together. They're all amateur builders and electricians, and Kay has a very creative thought, and she puts it together.
They certainly do a professional job.
The theme of the float.
Now, wait a minute. That's not Miss America of 1921, where
Well,
she's in great shape, huh?
let me
Looks
tell you-
like Karen Thomas to me.
That's Karen Thomas. That's past Miss Yacht Club, also Miss Glassboro State. But the theme of the float is the boardwalk success of the Miss America pageant. You have King Neptune and the first Miss America, some little children playing in the sand, Mary Lou Florence and Colleen McAvady, and there's Lisa Kaminsky, the current Miss Yacht Club. The sun face looking down on the
Another
convention
great
hall.
job by Kay Wright. Miss North Dakota is next, and that's Tina Curran. She is 21 from Grand Forks. She also attends Juilliard.
Tell you, these are very talented women to be able to get into Juilliard. She's 5'7", she has light auburn hair and cinnamon eyes. She will be doing a ballet in point for her talent. She's been a lead dancer in a rock musical video.
I wonder whose.
Doesn't say.
She attended the pageant last year to support last year's Miss North Dakota, who was a fellow member of a hometown dance company.
You know, a lot of the state pageants do that if they select their 1988 queen before the Miss America finals, and they bring her, and it's a good learning experience for her, Tom.
Miss North Dakota, Tina Curran.
She's a dance major at Juilliard.
Right behind her is Miss Ohio. Miss Ohio is Sarah Evans, 23 years of age, from Van Wert, Ohio. She's a graduate of Bowling Green University, where she majored in business administration and human resource management.
She's 5'5", Tom. She has light brown hair and green eyes. She enjoys volleyball, racquetball, golf, and a football spectator.
She's one of the 1988 Outstanding Young Women of America. She's going to sing Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again during the talent competition.
Her gown is quite different. Very colorful. Ohio always has a very striking wardrobe.
Ohio is definitely one of the big states in the history of the Miss America pageant. They've had a lot of winners.
She wants to become a corporate personnel director. It's a big job.
Challenging job.
She plays the piano. She's an amateur photographer. She paints and she does woodcrafts, Tom.
Right behind Miss Ohio should be the Marching Rebels Drum Corps of Baltimore, under the direction of Miss Mary Turnstall and Miss Inez Williams. Their theme is youth saying no to drugs. They have 85 youths between the ages of 7 and 21 who practice intensely and daily in the community recreation building.
Tom, since coming into existence in April of 1987, so they're relatively new, they are being recognized as one of the best and upcoming marching units in the state of Maryland. They have a motto: fidelity, honesty, and integrity.
Well, now we told you all about them. This is not them. This is the Marple Newtown High School Symphonic Band from Philadelphia, as they've changed the order here under the direction of Bears Jahanian, making their third appearance in the Miss America Parade. They were first in 1981. They've also appeared in the Orange Bowl Parade, the Kentucky Derby Parade. The Marple Newtown High School Symphonic Band from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Sometimes they get out of order. Rather than hold up the parade, if somebody's ready and somebody else isn't, they'll change it around a little. Hopefully, we'll still get to the Marching Rebels Drum Corps of Baltimore later. But right now, let's listen to the Marple Newtown High School Band. Marple Newtown High School Band from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, followed by the Rayettes Drill Team under the direction of Ms. Melvina Thompson.
Of right here in Atlantic City, Tom. This group consists of 59 members.
They generally like to march behind groups who have music, which is the case, of course, with the Marple Newtown High School Band.
They've won several awards and entertained throughout the area. A little color guard there.
The Rayettes Drill Team from Atlantic City. Sure Joe Brown of the Atlantic City High School Band is not unhappy about the training that some of these young people get prior to coming into high school. As far as marching is concerned, whether they be whether they're musicians or not, they can certainly be part of the front line and the other aspects. Ooh, is this our car?
Yes, this is our car.
Well, who are these two guys in there?
I believe that's Bugs Bunny and Sylvester.
Is that right?
And they're courtesy of Six Flags Great Adventure, Tom.
Their limousine is courtesy of Mr. Andy Jenna of Jenna's VIP limo service in Vineland, New Jersey. And that's a big limo.
It sure is. And I'm sure they're very happy to be riding in it.
Bugs Bunny and Sylvester.
They've been around for a long time, Tom.
Right after them is Miss Oklahoma, and that is Lori Kelly, 23 years of age, from Clinton, Oklahoma.
Tom, Lori has honey blonde hair and brown eyes, and she's 5'7". She's a graduate student at the Oklahoma City University in opera performance. She will be doing an operatic aria for her talent.
She got involved in the inspired with the Miss America pageant at the age of 16 when she met Susan Powell during her reign as Miss America. And of course, Susan Powell, an outstanding singer. So it's a good role model, I guess, for someone that wants to be a singer.
Sure is. And Miss Oklahoma has a parasol with her.
Just in case.
Just in case.
And Miss Oregon is right behind her. That is Anna Jones, 24 years of age, from Portland, Oregon.
She is a senior at Portland State University in Business Administration and Marketing. She's 5'7". She's a brunette with brown hair, brown eyes.
She graduated with honors from Clark College before moving on to Portland State.
She wants to attain her bachelor's and master's degree and then pursue a career in marketing or advertising.
She also prides herself in her knowledge of the Miss America pageant. It's history, it's trivia, it's, in fact, her friends consider her an expert on the Miss America pageant.
Some of the spectators watching the parade tonight. She has no shoes on tonight.
Oh. Miss Oregon. That's Anna Jones. She's going to sing Crazy during the talent competition. Now we'll have to wait and see what's next, because it's supposed to be the Marple Newtown High School Band. They've already been by. What is this? It's like the letter carriers, the National Association of Letter Carriers, World's Playground Branch 370, and the people down there are probably letting them have it because their mail was late today.
That's right. They should be walking. There they are. There's those letter carriers.
In fact, this is their second year in the parade. Last year it said the most popular shout from the crowd was, "Where's my check?"
That's all right. It's in the mail.
National Association of Letter Carriers. In fact, they are passing some things out to the crowd, I guess.
Probably, well, ladies and gentlemen, the rates are going up again.
Probably, as my guess is, it's probably something to do with stamp collecting.
Good idea.
Because the post office in recent years, it seems, has started to promote stamp collecting.
It's a very, very nice hobby.
The National Association of Letter Carriers, World's Playground Branch 370, and the Cape Atlantic branches as well. They should be followed up by a float representing Boss 97 FM.
And this is their first appearance, Tom, in the Miss America Parade.
It's a newly formatted radio station out of the Vineland Millville area. And the Boss Boombox is the name of the float. They've got sponsorship, as you can see, from Miller Lite and Beacon in creating this float.
I'm sure this is going to be getting the crowd up and dancing down there.
Boss 97. Got a little disco going on here as one of our lights is blinking on.
Yeah.
Right behind the Boss 97 float, I think, is Miss Pennsylvania, Denise Meyer, 21, from Pittsburgh. But you can still hear the boombox from Boss 97 in the background.
Tom, Denise goes to Carnegie Mellon University. She's a senior in vocal performance. She's 5'8", has brown hair and hazel eyes.
The 3.59 cum average, was 4th in her high school graduating class. She sang in the backup chorus for Andy Williams and sang the national anthem before crowds at Three Rivers Stadium, including a couple of Pittsburgh Pirate games.
And you may get to see her on a TV commercial for Chevrolet, one of the sponsors of Miss America pageant.
Yeah, that won't make them unhappy. Miss Pennsylvania, Denise Meyer. She's going to sing Over the Rainbow. And for her talent presentation.
She has some unusual hobbies: people watching, songwriting, and driving for relaxation, and collecting musical memorabilia. Pennsylvania crowd pleaser on the boardwalk.
As it gets a little bit darker out here, you can see the effect the light on the cars has. It makes a little bit of a reflection at certain angles. So our approach to some of the passing contestants will change. Denise Meyer, Miss Pennsylvania. And she's followed by Miss Rhode Island. Miss Rhode Island is Jenna Whims.
Jenna is a graduate, 1985 graduate from Hofstra in marketing.
She's 24 from Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
She's 5'10". She has dark brown hair and dark brown eyes. And her ambition is to own her own advertising consulting firm.
She's an advertising sales representative for the Providence Journal Company, specializing in real estate.
She'll be singing Ain't Misbehavin', Keeping Out of Mischief for her talent.
And she's been here for the last few years, the Miss America pageant, just watching and now participating. She's going to, yeah, it's a medley, I guess. Ain't Misbehavin' and Keeping Out of Mischief. Are they both from the same show?
Bubbling Brown Sugar?
Is it? Holding up her sneakers. Miss Rhode Island, Jenna Whims. Aha. Could this be the Marching Rebels Drum Corps of Baltimore, Maryland?
Or could it be the Nasman Suffolk Academy marching team?
It sure could. It could be either one. We missed their banner, so we're not sure. So we'll just kind of watch and see if we can figure it out. There are two groups that we missed. I guess this is the Nasman Suffolk Academy Marching Saints from Suffolk, Virginia. They,
and this is their first appearance in the parade, Tom. And they've won many trophies and awards that are too numerous to mention. They performed in Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina, and North Carolina. And their latest accomplishment was an excellent rating in the 1988 Smoky Mountain Music Festival in Tennessee.
They also performed in concert on stage. They're under the direction of John R. Jenkins. And right behind them, float representing Shore Mall and Steinbach's, presenting Top Hat, White Tie, and Tails.
Yeah, I believe they have Fred and Ginger on the float.
Plus the Elisa Cooper Orchestra, Ginger Snap Bear, and the Shore Mall mascot, Fred A. Bear.
Sounds like an original song there. The Shore Mall, the place to be. And the dancing bear.
Yeah.
Sure, the kids are loving that.
Con twirler in the back.
Is that's Elisa.
Singing. Yes. Shore Mall and Steinbach's Top Hat, White Tie, and Tails. And Miss South Carolina is right behind them. And that's Anna Reynolds, 23, from Greenwood, South Carolina.
She's a graduate of the University of South Carolina. She is 5'7". She has brown hair and brown eyes. She majored in art, studio, and business and wants to pursue a vocal training for a career in entertainment.
One of her hobbies is movie trivia.
Do you know that her mother was Miss South Carolina in 1957, and her grandmother was first runner-up to Miss South Carolina in 97?
Wow.
They have a pageant history in their family.
Miss South Carolina, Anna Reynolds from Greenwood.
She enjoys tennis, golf, racquetball, snorkeling, and sports of all kinds.
Let's sing Mac the Knife.
Who sang that originally, Tom?
Bobby Darin.
Another vintage singer.
And then, of course, it was brought back by McDonald, Mac Tonight.
Mac was in our parade last year.
Yes, he was. This year, Ronald took his place. And right after Miss South Carolina comes Miss South Dakota. And that's Catherine Barnes. She's 22 from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Tom, she's a blues singer, and she'll be singing Miss Senilis Blues. She is a Sioux Falls College junior. She's a broadcast journalism major. She's 5'6", has black hair and brown eyes. Her one ambition is to host her own talk show.
She worked for NBC, as a matter of fact, as a election reporter in South Dakota. And she'd like to be a villainess in a primetime soap opera. Miss South Dakota, Catherine Barnes.
A bright red dress with a red headpiece. And the shoes, Tom, the shoes. She looked like she borrowed them from Ronald.
I think.
It's such a kick for them, you know, to do this. You know, show us your shoes.
Right.
I mean, she comes from South Dakota. How does she know that? Show us your shoes. It's such a pageant parade tradition.
And here comes the float from Georgianne School of Modeling, Oakland, New Jersey, under the direction of Miss Georgianne, presenting the title holders from her recent Spirit of America pageant. They've been involved in the parade since 1979.
A lot of future misses up there. Mrs. New Jersey, Mrs. wherever they go to college. They're all having a grand time.
Georgianne School of Modeling. We create beauty, it says. And after them, we should see the Upper Darby High School Marching Royals from Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, under the direction of Dr. James P. Capilupo.
They've received superior ratings for the past 3 years in every marching band festival entered. They have performed at Governor Casey's inaugural gala in Harrisburg, their third place in the 1987 Miss America Parade, and have performed in We the People Parade in Philadelphia in 1987.
Sounds like they're getting ready to do something, huh?
That's a nice cadence there.
There they go, the Upper Darby High School Marching Royals. We still have 9 state representatives to go in our Miss America Pageant Parade coverage. Got another band or two and another interesting character that you'll probably enjoy. So,
You know, Tom, the parade has been such a tradition. Since 1921, there's been a Miss America Parade. The only time they didn't have a parade was during the war. They stopped it because of Convention Center was being used by the Air Force, and there's just no room on the boardwalk for a parade.
but here comes Miss Tennessee, And that is Carrie Fultz. She is 20 years of age from New Johnsonville, Tennessee.
She's 5'7", has brown hair and blue eyes, and she is a junior at Belmont College studying communications. She enjoys golf and water skiing. Waving with both hands there. Her primary ambition is to pursue fully her interest in becoming a singer and songwriter in the country music industry.
From the age of 12, she appeared regularly at the Loretta Lynn Entertainment Complex near Nashville as a singer and appeared with Miss Lynn on the Grand Ole Opry.
She'll be singing Sweet Dreams in this year's talent presentation.
She's appeared nationally on the Nashville Network's Nashville Now program, which is available here on Salmons, with Johnny Cash and Hee Haw's Goober, George Lindsay. You remember also from the Andy Griffith Show. She is co-wrote with established writer Dwayne Blackwell, wrote #1 hits such as I'm Mr. Blue and I'm Gonna Hire a Wino to Decorate Our Home. All right.
All-time favorites.
Some of those country titles are great, aren't they?
They hit home. They really hit home.
Miss Tennessee, Carrie Fultz.
She's an amateur golfer, Tom.
And here's Miss Texas, Kathy Castro, 22 years of age from McAllen, Texas.
She'll be performing a ballet in pointe. And she's 5'6". She has brunette hair and brown eyes. She's a senior at Texas Christian University studying business administration.
She was the opening act for George Burns' show in Fort Worth in 1987. And she's also done a little bit of TV, did a TV talk show. She was a hostess. And the NBC affiliate, on an NBC affiliate, the Storybrooke Hour for Children. Her father is the Postmaster General of South Texas.
She wants to obtain her master's degree in business at Texas Christian.
She's going to perform ballet. You can see these guys walking through along the boardwalk selling the programs. If you want a program, they're available. You can buy them right here on the boardwalk. There are also newsstands and places throughout the area that sell the official Miss America pageant program. It has a real nice 4-page tribute to Kaylani, a nice 2-page tribute to Al Marks, photos and information about all the state representatives, and of course a lot of information about the pageant itself, what's going to be coming up in this year's telecast. Here's Big Shot, Philadelphia 76ers mascot, making his second appearance in the Miss America parade.
Big Shot is Jim Kempo.
Joe
His
Kempo.
real name. Joe Kempo, excuse me.
Oh, he's also crazy. Big Shot. So we've seen the Philly Fanatic and we've seen Big Shot. And now we're going to see Miss Utah, and that's Sophia Simcoe. She is 21 from Salt Lake City.
She's a graduate student of the University of Utah. She's 5'7", blonde hair and brown eyes.
Wants to get her master's in physics.
She was a research assistant at the university, and she's a pianist for the School of Ballet West and other local ballet companies.
Her pursuit of physics is probably not hurt by the fact that her father is a professor of physics. Miss Utah, Sophia Simcoe, followed by Miss Vermont, Julie Tidd. She is 25 from Barr, Vermont.
She'll be performing a jazz dance. For her talent, she is a graduate, 1985 graduate of the University of Vermont. She's 5'4", she has brown hair and green eyes.
Plans to make her own education an ongoing process to ensure that her teaching skills remain effective. She's going to do what? I Go to Rio. Going to dance to it. What the heck is that, a snowshoe?
Of course.
What else from Vermont, I guess, huh? And what do we have here?
We have a float, and this float, Tom, is
a little hula.
It's the Duval Inn. It's the first year they've been in the Miss America parade, and it's a beautiful Hawaiian theme.
I thought we saw them earlier in the Duval Inn, no?
No, I think that we had skipped them.
That's what it is.
Sounds good. Doesn't want to make you get up there and wiggle your hips there, Tom?
Who needs to go to Hawaii? I just watch this float.
Right.
Now, different style dance.
Kaylani could be up there on this float.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're thinking in entering this float. It's almost like a tribute to Miss America. This is very similar to her talent of last year. A couple of these girls swinging pretty good.
They sure do. They're very talented. Not an easy thing to do.
Deauville Inn's float. And Bob Lund asked about string bands and mummers. Well, here is a 1988 champion string band, the Greater Kensington String Band, under the direction of Captain Joe Lippincott, drill master Bill Patterson, and music director Steve Groman.
And the theme of their costumes this year is Go for Baroque. The 67 marching men made their 42nd appearance in the New Year's Parade. Of course, that's in Philadelphia, the famous Mummers Parade.
This group was organized in 1946. You know what mummer means?
I believe it's a German word, isn't it, Tom?
Is it what? No, German's not too good. What does it mean?
I don't know. Maybe a masquerade, a disguise or something?
Sounds good to me. That's what it says here. So here they are, the Greater Kensington String Band. Everybody get up now and do the mummer strut around the living room. Oh, they're doing the twist.
I think it's a roll over Beethoven.
Audience participation.
That's great. There's nothing like the mummers.
Greater Kensington String Band, the 9th champions from the Mummers Parade.
next contestant, Tom.
She is Miss Virginia, and that is April Fleming. Nice name. 23 years of age from Ashland, Virginia.
She's 5'5 and a half. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. She's a senior at Virginia Commonwealth University, majoring in marketing.
That sounds like a stage name, does it? April Fleming?
Yes. Her ambition is to attend graduate school and obtain a master's degree in business management and to one day own and operate her own retail business.
She received a pet squirrel monkey as a gift, and she also likes to play the harmonica and to whistle. Miss Virginia, she's not going to do either one for her talent, though. She's going to do New York State of Mind. Miss Washington is next, and that is Talia Watlin, 24, from Seattle.
Talia's 5'3". She's a brunette with blue eyes. She attends Highland Community College. She wants to attain a degree in vocal performance.
She's also been an on-air and production manager for a couple of radio stations, made 8 TV and 50 radio commercials, and part of the reason might be her mother's a general manager of a radio station, so she's given her the opportunity and she's taken advantage of it.
That's good experience. She'll be singing Pour on the Power.
Possibly dedicated to the radio station. Miss Washington, Talia Watlin. And this might be, is this Miss West Virginia? I think it is. That's Lisa Seagroves, 24 years of age from Morgantown.
She's 5'8". She's a brunette with hazel eyes. She's a junior at West Virginia University, majoring in fashion, merchandising, and communications. She's also received an associate's degree from the American College of Applied Arts.
We can all, a lot of us relate to this too. She likes golf because it challenges her to improve her skill level and relinquish her self-appointed title of Divot Queen.
She was a reporter for the 1988 Miss America pageant, Tom. She's participated in preliminaries since the age of 17.
She's also initiated correspondence with the first Miss Moscow in hopes of becoming pen pals. They had a pageant over in the Soviet Union just recently. All right, you're watching the Miss America pageant parade. Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino overlooking the world-famous Atlantic City Boardwalk. We've still got a little bit left, but right now we'll take time out for this.